Good evening. Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Lagos State government trains and empower youth on agriculture. Federal government raises concern over 4.4 million malnourished children in northern Nigeria. On the foreign scene, French authorities to treat blast outside synagogue as possible terror attack. In sport, former Nigeria international Samson Siasia declares interest in managing Super Eagles again. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. The Lagos State government, through the Center for Rural Development, CERUD, has trained and empowered 50 youth from Ekpe Rural Division of the state on honeybee production and management, also known as apiculture. Director and Chief Executive Officer of CERUD, Taiwo Baruwa, pointed out the limitless opportunities that are available in the production of honey for commercial purposes and affirmed the availability of the ready market for the product. Balogun charged the participant to make good use of the empowerment materials given to them to justify the government investment in them and to create a better living for themselves. The Lagos State government initiative to outsource the management of public health facilities to facility management companies has enabled the public health agencies across the state to concentrate on their primary mission of delivering healthcare services. General Manager of Lagos State Infrastructure and Asset Management Agency, LASIAMA, Adenike Adekombi, who stated this at a meeting with stakeholders, said this has saved the agencies from being encumbered by facility maintenance and operations. Adekombi, who noted that the initiative has also led to the creation of more jobs for the resident of the state, explained that the office was established to outsource services, create opportunities for local contractors, and foster a maintenance economy. She emphasized that the effort of LASIAMA are directed towards building a maintenance economy that benefits small and medium-sized businesses and positively impacts the economy. And the federal government has inaugurated the conversion incentive program of the Compressed Natural Gas Initiative in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Chief Executive Officer and Program Director of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, said the program aimed to convert 1 million vehicles to run on CNG for free across the country. Oluwagbemi also said the program will partner with conversion centers, with 4 already signed up in Ogun State. He added that the conversion kits would be sent to members of NURTW, NATO, Retian, and other commercial drivers. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has expressed concerns about 4.4 million children in northern Nigeria are malnourished. Director, Nutrition Department of the Federal Ministry of Health, Ladidi Bako Ayebosi, said this in Kefi, Nasarawa State, during an advocacy meeting with nutrition experts and stakeholders on strategic advocacy policy for nutrition in Nigeria. Bako Ayebosi said the country is facing a severe crisis of triple burden of malnutrition, with the 2021 National Food Consumption and Micronutrient Survey report shows that the Northeast and the Northwest regions are affected. According to her, there is evidence in the widespread micro and macronutrient deficiency, undernutrition, and overnutrition, with significant impact on health and social economic development. The nutritional director pointed out that globally, advocacy has been identified as a productive tool in promoting the interest of persons or situations, especially when it is evidence-based. Hence, nutrition, as every other component of health, needs to be promoted through evidence-based advocacy. The Federal Ministry of Works has introduced new policies aimed at transforming the road construction in Nigeria. These policies, unveiled by the Minister of Works, David Umahi, are designed to address the poor pace of work and improve the service life of federal roads. Umahi explained that the new policies include the introduction of rigid pavement, reduction of claims for variation of price by contractors, removal of consumer price index from contracts, and the introduction of uniform pricing in each zone. Other policies introduced by the ministry include enhanced supervision of ongoing projects, introduction of whistleblowing on bad roads, prioritization of projects within economic corridors, and completion of one carriageway before commencing the second carriageway for dualized projects. On foreign news now, French authorities are threatening to treating a blast outside a synagogue that injured a police officer as a possible terror attack. The latest in a series of incidents in recent months that have unsettled France's large Jewish community. President Emmanuel Macron noted that everything is being done to find the perpetrator of this terrorist attack and to protect places of worship. He said the fight against anti-Semitism is a constant battle, that of a United Nations. Reports say a lone suspect set multiple cars on fire in a parking lot across the street from Synagogue Beth Yaakov before one exploded in Langrande-Motte, a southern seaside town not far from Montpellier. Observant Jews typically go to synagogue on Saturday morning to celebrate the Sabbath. Meanwhile, police said the suspect is still at large. In sport now, former Nigerian international Samson Siasia has declared his willingness to manage the Super Eagles again. Siasia is free to return to football following the completion of his 5-year ban for match fixing. According to the 57-year-old, he is available to manage the team again. But he is not a messiah, as all stakeholders need to sit down and identify the priorities. The position of the Super Eagles head coach is still vacant following his international teammate Finidi George's resignation in June. It will be recalled that Siasia has managed the Super Eagles twice in the past. And that's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all the various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed the Lekki Free Trade Zone jetty and the offloading platform? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government, through the Center for Rural Development, SARUD, has trained and empowered 50 youth from Ekpe Rural Division of the state on honeybee production and management, also known as apiculture. The federal government has expressed concerns that about 4.4 million children in northern Nigeria are malnourished. We also told you that French authorities are treating a blast outside a synagogue that injured a police officer as a possible terror attack, the latest in a series of incidents in recent months that have unsettled France's large Jewish community. And finally, in sport, former Nigerian international Samson Siasia has declared his willingness to manage the Super Eagles again. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesua Ejoyoka. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.